Alright guys, welcome back. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about JavaScript modules, specifically export and import. So far, we'll be writing all our JavaScript inside one file, but in real-world applications, that's not how things work. When projects grow, we split our code into multiple files to keep things clean and organized. That's where module comes in. A module is simply a JavaScript file that can send or receive code from another file. Think of it like this. One file can share functions or variables. Another file can import and use them. If you are using Vite, modules already work by default. But if you are using plain HTML and JavaScript, you must add the type equal to module in your script tag. Alright, so let's go to our JavaScript file. Right, so now we are going to create another JS file that we'll use for our import and export. So we'll create this file and name it math.js. Alright, this is beautiful. So we are going to Ctrl B to hide this part. Okay, let's just do that. So now we are just going to comment what math.js. Let us be sure. Okay, great. So now we just write export const add, and we are just going to create an arrow function here that we pass in parameter of a and b, you know, our normal arrow function, and return a plus b. Okay, and we could do for subtract as well. Let's just see how this works. Okay, and yeah, so the export there makes this available to other files. Okay, you can see const add arrow function ab parameter return ab is just a normal thing we're just trying to do here. All right, so now it's available for other files. So we'll go to the script, right? So we're going to import into what script.js right now. Great. So now we are in script.js. We are just going to import what the add. Okay, we'll use the destructuring. We'll call what the add, and we'll call what the subtract. Now you specify from where. So from what math.js. okay, depending on your file path. So you follow your file path. Great. So now we're just going to, I'm just going to console.log add and console.log subtract. But then after console.log in there, we're going to call the function and passing some arguments in it. All right, so here this is it. We passed in what argument. So a is 5 and b is what 3 for the add function. And for the subtract function, we're also going to what call it first, then pass in what some arguments here. So a is what 10 and b is what 4. So import brings code from another file. So the add and subtract what must match exported what names, and the ./math.js is the relative path. Then we use this function what normally. Now we just run the code in our browser. So we are going to what refresh the page, then go to right click and go to inspect, so we can check the console. Okay, so now you can see it is working perfectly. The add is the addition 8 and subtraction 6. All right, so we are going to be going to the next part that we are going to be using default export. All right, so now let's do default export now. So we're just going to do const name multiply, and it's going to be equal to arrow function, right? A normal arrow function here, and we're just going to return a times b. All right, then you see this part we're going to use what we call what export default, and the name of the function export default what multiply, and that is it. So the default export means one main thing is what exported. All right, so we import it here. So right, so you notice no curly brace. Default export does not use the curly brace here. Okay, so that's it. So we're just going to console the log and call the function first. Alright, so we'll call the function multiply and passing argument as well. So it could do what, 4 times 5. Yeah, so check our console and you can see 4 times 5, 20. Great. So this is how the default works as well. So we are going to do another function. We are going to use the named plus the default together. Okay, so I think we should clear all of this. Okay, we'll have to delete this. So we'll delete it little by little. So delete it. So let's just add maybe the division to this. Okay, so we're going to create for the division here. So in this part we're doing the export const the name divide is equal to what, the arrow function. So bracket a comma b then equal to arrow function, and we return what, a divided by b. Okay, so this is how it works now. So we just go to the script.js file. All right, so in this part we are going to delete this because we don't have it anymore. So we are now going to import what, we just do comma and we use the curly brace and use divide. Okay, so that's how we do it here. So the default import first, then named import inside the curly brace. Okay, so we just console the log what this for the division. Okay, I'm passing what argument here. So that is how it is. Okay, so you can see what the default export the default export didn't use curly brace, while the other one used what, the named one used what, curly brace. So we could just check our console real quick, so we can see what the division and the multiplication here. All right, back to our code. Okay, so we are going to be doing the renamed import. Okay, we'll try renaming our import here. Okay, so now let's just try to cut this. So cut it. Okay, and we're just going to import, let's say we want to import the add. The name of the function is add, but in this place we're importing it as sum. All right, from what, math.js. Okay, so yes, so the as let us rename imported what, functions. All right, and we just cut this part as well. We could just console the log what, sum. So now instead of calling the function as add, we're now calling it as what, sum, and we pass in what, any argument we want to. So let's say 2 and 3. Okay, so we'll go to our console right now. Okay, syntax. I didn't create the function here. I forgot that I've cleared it already. So let's just change. Well, I've just cut this and change this to like the add. Change it to add. So let's check back the console real quick. Aha, so now you can see it is working perfectly. Okay, so this is how the rename import actually works. All right, so let me show you how we import everything as well. Okay, there is a way we use in importing everything. So you use the asterisk what, and you add what we call, let's change this as well. So you use the as what, math. Okay, so now it's going to be math now. So when I come to this place, I call math.add. All right, since I'm importing everything as math. Okay, so it's now passing the argument 2 and 3. So we go to the console and you can see, so asterisk as math grouped everything into one object. Okay, so in real application, one file handles API, one file handles utilities, one file handles UI logic, one file handles validation. Module keeps your code clean and scalable. So today we learned what modules are: named export, default export, importing multiple things, renaming import, importing everything. Modules are essential for writing professional JavaScript. If this video was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.